I dressed Cook in his clothes and also changed my dress as it was half wet because of their act. I took Cook along with me downstairs while Jungkook joined us. After a few minutes, we had our food together. I was sitting in the hall when he came along with his bag to leave for his office. Jungkook took Cook in his arm, who was walking all around the hall, and kissed on his cheeks. Bye, baby. Cook picked him back at his cheeks. Then he came toward me. This was the first day after our trip that he was going to his office. I stood up to accompany him till outside, and before he left, he gave me a loose hug and murmured, "Take care of yourself too." My heart fluttered, and I muttered a bye. He left for his office. I finished all my work in home. I dust out our room. I prepare lunch for everyone, and then play along with Cookie and Minnie. At noon, I got a call on my phone. Jungkook. I received the call. They, yes. Had you lunch? Yeah. And you? Yes. Where is Cook? Playing with his toys. And what are you doing? Looking after him. I returned by evening. My face cheered up immediately. Okay, bye. I couldn't imagine how fast I was getting whipped by Thee. I have started liking his company. I have started enjoying his presence. The mere presence beside me smooths my mind. I reached home by evening. They was in the kitchen, preparing dinner along with Jin Hyun. Gook was playing with Minnie and Uma. I sat on the sofa along with Uma and had a good chat along with her. I stood up to leave for my room, but before I leave, I asked they to bring a cup of tea for me in the room. By the time I changed my clothes, I heard the knock on the door. The door swung open, and they came inside. He kept the tray on the table and sat beside me on the sofa. I gave they a gentle smile and asked, "Miss me?" They just gave me a smile, a blush smile. I pulled they a little closer and placed my head on his shoulder. They placed his palm on my cheeks and asked, "Tired?" Hmm. I hummed. "I'll give you a head massage after dinner. Don't worry," they said. I nodded my head. I drank my tea and moved toward the hall together. I played along with Girk and Minnie until night took over. We had our dinner. I shifted back to our room. They changed into his night dress and sat on the bed. They placed Girk on his lap and forwarded the bottle of milk toward him to feed him. I placed my head beside their thighs on the pillow, but I felt Jungkook's leg hitting on my face. Girk wept while drinking his milk, and they muttered softly to him, "Don't do this, baby. It's your appa." Cook hit me again, and they mumbled calmly again, "No, baby." Cook again, repeating the same mistake, and this time they said him strictly, "No, it's a bad thing. You will get scolded." And Cook immediately stopped doing this. I smiled, seeing the strict side of my son's mother. After he finally slept, they placed Cook on the bed. He held my hand with his soft hands and placed it on his lap. The finger touched my hair, and I immediately closed my eyes, feeling relaxed. They keep on running his hand through my hair, and I sleep peacefully. The rays of the sun were falling on my eyes through the window, and I slowly opened my eyes. I looked around and found Taekook sleeping beside me. But suddenly, when I looked at my pillow, it it was actually Theon's lap. How? How can I sleep the entire night in his lap? They must be paining so badly. I sat up immediately and shook they slowly. They went in his sleep. They sleep comfortably on the bed. I muttered, and he tried to sleep, but hissed in pain. Slowly they lay down on the bed. I caressed his head for some time until he slept peacefully. I got up from the bed and moved inside the washroom to freshen myself up. I got dressed in my formals and moved down to eat my breakfast. When I returned back to take my things, they were still sleeping. I sat beside Theo on the bed and bent down slowly, only to feather my fingers on his cheeks. They moved a little as he felt my touch. They opened his eyes lazily and tried to sit up, but I stopped him. Sleep for some more time. You haven't slept the entire night comfortably. They nodded his head. I'm going to office, okay? I'll call you. Take care of yourself and Cookie. They nodded again and gave me a slight smile while muttering in his sleep. You also. I left off for the office. When I reached the office, Joe was already waiting for me in the office. We sat together and I ordered coffee for us and had a long chat along with him, as it had been days since we last met. Time passed by. I had my lunch in the office and it turned really late when I returned back to my home. I parked my car in the garage and walked inside. Everyone had already slept by then. I made my way toward the room and saw they sitting on the floor using laptop. I took slow steps toward him without making any noise. Suddenly held they from behind. They shivered and pushed me back by his elbow. I turned back and his eyes were winded as if they catch me. Relax, it's me. I chuckled. I'm so sorry, Cook. So sorry. They started apologizing again and again. I shifted closer to they and pulled it toward me. I kept my chair on his shoulder and whispered in his ear. It's all right. Why did you flinch? Who else will try to hold you other than me? They blushed and laughed slowly. How's your back pain? It's good now, they replied. I'll serve you dinner. Go and change, they said, and freed himself from my hold.